I know 110% that it's the right thing to get married. I feel like I found my unicorn where it's something that I didn't think I could touch. In reality, I can, and it's awesome.
Okay, so tell me who everyone is, because I don't know them.
You're gonna marry us, right? He doesn't know what he's gonna do.
Wait, so why did you pick him?
Because he married my son Dallas and Morgan. Christine and I just thought it was a good fit for him to do it.
Hey friends, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It's Thursday, January 4th, 2024. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Coming up Sunday, there will be a brand new episode of Sister Wives, which will include Christine's wedding special. The wedding is going to air over 2 Sundays, and so TLC is currently pushing out sneak peeks, which are including the girls, Christine's daughters, Isabel and Aspen and McKelty, doing the old something new, something borrowed, something blue gifts for their mother. There's another clip that came out about David talking about who he wants to officiate the wedding, or who they asked to officiate the wedding. And another clip of Cody and Robin responding to Christine getting married to David, which is interesting because in this special, they're still referring to Cody as the husband, which made no sense to me. The show is, he's not the husband of Christine. He's Robin's husband. He's not Christine's husband. He's not Mary's husband. He's certainly not Janelle's husband. They need to update this because it just makes it seem to me like Cody's still with Christine when he's not. Anyways, the clip I just showed you is David appearing for the first time. And we see that he is asking his son-in-law to be the officiant. And he talks about how he never thought he was going to have the unicorn that he thought that he would get in his marriage with Christine. Which the son-in-law is his daughter Katie's husband. So we'll talk about that. We're also going to talk about Christine's daughter giving her some gifts. And we're going to talk about Cody and Robin's reaction. So let's dive into today's topic. Before we do, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell so you never miss a video.
Who did you get your license with?
So yeah, it was like one of those ones where I paid $50 and I had to take a test. As long as you guys aren't cousins, you guys can get married.
So Court made a joke at the very beginning of their relationship, like the first time we met Christine. He was like, hey, I could marry you guys today if you wanted us to.
Yeah.
Like, if you wanted me to.
Yeah, because Christine was joking. I was like, well, if you guys want to elope tonight, I was like, we have the witnesses and I'm a licensed officiant. I was like, so let's just get married tonight, just joking. And she's like, oh, be quiet. And then I get a phone call a few months later. And they're like, hey, do you want to officiate the wedding? And
I actually think it's super sweet that he's going to have his son-in-law do this. And I'm also very excited that his daughter Kody is going to be in the special. She's the daughter of his that I've spoken about on this channel, about how she has that TikTok account and she talks about her mom who passed away, and her whole platform is really built around, you know, mental health and mental health awareness, and sharing her experience of losing her mother, and, you know, helping people with like warning signs and making sure that it doesn't happen again, and providing resources, that kind of content, along with being a mother. And it's just nice to see that she is here and that he's including her husband in this marriage as an officiant, because these two have been super supportive of Christine and David the entire time. I'll be interested to see how they weave in any of the stories, because I feel like it's going to be very overwhelming for viewers to be like, boom, we're married, you know what I mean? And you're meeting all of these people. Generally, on a reality show, before a wedding happens, you will see like the buildup of the relationship, right? So you've been introduced to him before, and fans were introduced to him at the end of the tell-all, but we've not seen a single episode of their courtship, of their relationship, of any of it. So it sounds like they're filming their wedding, right? And I guess I don't know if he's going to be on the show. I don't know if the relationship is going to be on the show, if it was just going to be the wedding that's on the show, because Christine and David gave an interview with Intouch, And it sounds like they went back and forth about their wedding even being filmed.
Yeah, I wanted to go to Vegas and go to the Kiss place and dress in those big tall things, but I knew she wanted her fairy tale wedding, and so I wanted to give her what she wanted on that part too, and I did too. And as far as the televising, it's like her fans, and I knew that they wanted to be part of it, and I had no problem with it.
David would have preferred eloping in Vegas at the Kiss Chapel. Isn't that hilarious? Are any of you Kiss fans? My husband is a massive Kiss fan. I know I don't talk about my family very much on this channel, but I thought that was hysterical. So I would imagine that anyone walking into a marriage with Christine and is coming out of a private life is going to be a little bit overwhelmed by everything. He eventually agrees to film, doesn't have a problem with it because he says that Christine's fans really want to see this wedding, and he feels like she should have her fairy tale wedding, and Christine wants it. I'm sure that Christine didn't really waver about the filming. I'm sure she would have probably preferred to do it on camera. I mean, they're going to get paid a lot of money for this special. The wedding itself is at this place in southern Utah, and it's beautiful. And David says that he goes there and he's riding with some friends, and he sees this and he thinks, oh, that would be such a cool place for a wedding someday, and takes Christine to see the place, and she falls in love with it. And so they find the place, and he asks his son-in-law after a few months of them being together to be the officiant, and the son-in-law says that he has a couple rules that he has to follow with the ceremony. Check it out.
I was told I can't make any inappropriate jokes, which I originally asked if I could. So I got told what was off limits, but Christine had 3 things that she wanted. She wanted it short, she wanted me to talk about my love for them, and she wanted me to talk about finding love later in life. Christine and Dave are that story. They're the story that needs to be told. They're the testimony to finding love later in life. They're the testimony of second chances.
Christine also mentioned in an interview with Intouch that she didn't want to do vows. She had no interest in giving vows of her own. And so the ceremony is going to be extremely short, according to her interview with David with Intouch. No vows, and her future son-in-law is doing the officiating. And as you've heard, he says, no inappropriate jokes, keep it to these 3 items. It's about second chance at love later in life. Both of them, David and Christine, are in a second chance marriage. David having lost his first wife to death, and Christine having left her ex, Kody, that she was actually never legally married to. So this will be Christine's actual first legal marriage. So that part of it was pretty cool to see. And I'm excited that this was like in a family affair. It's still so bizarre, like all of it's thrown together and it's so quick. And I'm still overwhelmed about how all of this is going to piece together in only 2 hours of television, that we're going to get like, hey, I'm getting married, and on top of that, here, meet my fiance. Like, what if we start watching and we don't like David? I mean, what if we don't? Any fans of Christine, and I'm just putting this out there, so far I really like David, by the way. He calls Kody a dumbass, and anyone that thinks Kody's a dumbass is like my favorite person. So, but what if fans after a while are like, ew, we don't like David? Will fans of Christine actually be honest about it? Or do you think that people are going to be more graceful? I'm just asking for feedback from all of you. Like, what are your thoughts? What if you find out you don't really like him? Will you be afraid to say something, or will you voice your opinion? And do you think Christine will be prepared for that? That's just like a hypothetical. So another part of the information that was revealed in these sneak peeks was Cody and Robin's reaction to the wedding. Check it out.
I knew David and Christine were going to get married because, I met David. I saw a wedding announcement at my sister's house. So I was kind of curious to me that some of my family had been invited to the wedding. I'm really fine. I'm resolved with it. It's, our relationship ended. She made the accusation that I had.
Aren't we just so happy for them?
Well, I'm just telling the whole story.
We're just so happy for them, right?
So Cody finds out that they're getting married from a wedding announcement that he sees at his sister's house. And Christine has said that she invited members of his family to the wedding because she still loved his mom and some of his siblings and was still close with some of them. And she didn't invite Cody and Robin, but she invited his sister, and I think she invited his mom and maybe the other sister mom, Bobby, I think her name is. I don't know what the etiquette is for once you've gotten a divorce, quote unquote, a divorce, if you invite your ex's family to the new wedding. I mean, I don't know the rules of polygamy. It probably happens all the time in this world. I mean, heck, Christine's cousin's ex-wife married Kody. So is there really rules? But did you see Robyn's face when he said that Christine's invited his sister? She really looks like she still holds animosity and anger towards Christine. She really does not like Christine. She looks at Christine as her biggest arch nemesis. The two of them still hate each other. Kody seems like resolved and fine with things, and then Robyn's like interrupting him to not say something stupid, and then you find out that what Kody has to say isn't actually stupid, and Robyn just looks like she's trying to control what Kody says. This might be a dynamic in their marriage that happens, and maybe we'll see more of this. If we could see more of Kody and Robyn's dysfunctional marriage and how messy it is, I think viewers would maybe be more interested in them and be like, yeah, they're a mess. Or maybe not. I don't know. Let me know. Check it out.
Just telling a whole story.
We're
I can't.
just so happy for them, right? That's what we want.
Well, I'm just
We
telling
just-
my story. Christine said, Dad, to our children, Dad has his soulmate. I'm going to go look for mine. And so I'm like, she says she's found her soulmate, and I'm happy for her for that fact. That's what I was going to say.
Okay.
Did you see Robyn's face when he said the story about how Christine told the kids that Dad's found his soulmate? And she looks like she's exhaling and pouting. And are you looking at her body language at all while watching the two of them talk? Kody's smiling and engaged, and Robyn looks pouty and annoyed and not as, I don't know, interested in the conversation or even talking about Christine. And why wouldn't she be smiling if she's the soulmate? Why wouldn't she just be smiling for Christine? Why wouldn't she just be smiling for Christine for being happy for getting married? I know that these two don't like each other. I know that Robyn is still salty at Christine because Christine said she needed space and she didn't want to have a relationship with her for a while because she needed space and that Christine doesn't trust her with good reason. And Robyn is still carrying around that wound like a knife in her kidney. But her body language when people talk about other women around Kody, it's clear that she's still so jealous of these other women. And it's weird because why be jealous of someone that's left? And why be jealous of someone that's left and happy unless you want to leave and you aren't happy and he's not your soulmate? It must be really exhausting to be Robyn because I feel like she's always trying to control what Kody says and does because she doesn't, I don't know, want to be embarrassed by him or doesn't know what he's going to say or he's going to say the wrong thing. Who is it that's trying to control their image more, Kody or Robyn? I would love to know what your thoughts are on that.
Well, just because I've been angry for 3 years doesn't mean that I can't be happy for them to.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. I hope Christine and David can be happy. That's all I'm gonna say.
Before we get into the reaction of Robyn and her weird behavior there, I want to just point out again that he has that scratch on his face. She's actually wearing the necklace that she was wearing the same day that Kody posted that cameo where they claimed that they did the special scene and that Robyn was super shy. Remember that one? So that she's wearing that necklace. He's still got the scratch. On the film clapboard, which is the board that says the date, the scene, the time, the take, that said November 13th, I believe, when they filmed the look back. So this is recorded in November. This is actually recorded after the wedding. This is recorded a month after the wedding. And this is recorded around the same time that Kody says that he and Robyn filmed a special scene. Now, I did wonder if the talkback was also filmed around that time. And I was also wondering if that moment that Robyn grabbed his face and sort of moved his hand over and she had a ring on, and I wondered if she might have scratched him with her ring when she grabbed his face, because the mark on his face is on the same side of the face that she grabbed when she was trying to get him to stop talking about whatever it was that she didn't want him to talk about. When the fan asked, about them being soulmates and them being happy, and her telling Kody that the fan wasn't being rude, and he was like, I don't understand. So I wonder if she scratched him, and that's where that mark comes from. Someone in my comments said it came from Botox. Botox is not put in the cheeks like that. If he had a mark like that, that would be not even a line where filler would be placed. So it's, to me, not a line where there's filler or anything like that. To me, it looks like a scratch or a mark, and there was a bruise under it on some of it. So that is here nor there. I was wondering if that mark is from Robyn. Robyn is pretty handsy with him. I wonder if she slaps and hits him. One of Robyn's ex-husband's nieces told me that she saw Robyn hit Preston multiple times. So I don't know. Maybe she hits Kody. Who knows? But anyways, Robyn's reaction here is that she's just so happy for Christine and hopes they can be happy. But she doesn't look very convinced in any of it. She looks it's almost kind of snarky, in my opinion. In the 3 specific episodes now that I've seen Kody and Robyn being filmed together, that's been as recent as this fall, they don't look happy together. Kody looks happier than Robyn in this scene. Robyn looks annoyed. In the talkbacks and the lookbacks, Robyn looks annoyed. When they were watching the episode together, Robyn looked annoyed. Kody was angry. I wonder if just being around someone that is so angry all the time is weighing on her. I wonder if the fact that they're always together and there's no other person for Kody to yell at now, it's like weighing on her. I wonder if part of Kody's anger is that she's always down and depressed. What if she's not dealing with her mental health? What if she really is depressed and anxious? What if she's not going to a doctor and getting help for that? That would make me sad. I do hope if she's struggling, she gets help. But their marriage doesn't look good here. Just putting that out there. And again, the snarky comments about Christine, and she hopes that they'll be happy. It's like she can't even, in the special for Christine, be happy for Christine. I have a feeling if the roles were reversed, Christine would be happy for them. I'm just putting that out there.
Something borrowed, something blue, something old, something new. McKelty, Isabel, and I all wanted to give mom stuff, and we decided to base it around that tradition.
I wanted to give you something that would send you into this marriage on like a good set or a good first. In the German tradition, it's tradition to put pennies on the bottom of their shoes.
And it's for prosperity in marriage.
Christine's grandma, Anna, is actually an immigrant from Germany. And she was married to Florin LeBaron, who is Ervil LeBaron's brother. And then after Florin effectively abandoned her and her kids, she then was swallowed up by Owen Allred, who was at the time, second in line for the prophet of the AUB. And then Owen became the prophet of the AUB after his brother Rulon was murdered by a wife of Ervil LeBaron. So Anna, who is Annie's mom, is from Germany. So they add the tradition from Germany. And I just want to put this out there. There's an emptiness here and a void here for me because Gwendolyn is not there. And I know that Gwendolyn didn't participate in the wedding because she claims that she had finals and that she couldn't go to Utah for the wedding. And that she was overwhelmed with moving and she was taking a bunch of classes. So she said her mom was okay with it. And it's very reminiscent of me to when the Duggars would do a scene for a wedding and Jill would be missing. You know what I mean? Like you've got a huge part of your family missing. And Gwendolyn has always been such a big part of Christine's life and family. And so her absence here is very obvious to me. I don't know if it is for anyone else. Now, the other traditions that they do are they get her a brand new bracelet that is like the etchings of their initials that you would put on a tree. And then for borrowed, they do earrings that Aspen wore at her wedding, which are very pretty. And then McKelty gives her the knives and the cake cutter from her wedding. And none of these are blue. So I don't know if they just forgot about the blue or they just tried to go along that line. She got 2 borrowed items and pennies and a bracelet. So the wedding special is set to air on Saturday or on Sunday, the first part of it. And it'll be great to see Christine and meet David and figure out how this all works and get a handle of it. And Robyn and Kody are still salty, and Cody and Robin basically can't stand each other. Robin's still mad at Christine. And David's son-in-law is officiating. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.